Good morning, everybody. Yesterday, I spoke about the angels of darkness and the angels of light and how they work together for our common good. And the previous video to that, I also covered astrology points, namely the elements of astrology. Now, I want to go back to the astrology and talk about how the different aspects of the chart actually are our teachers. The negative aspects are lessons that our soul is incarnated here to learn, while the positive aspects are blessings that come to help us, ways that we can deal with to get out of very difficult situations. The challenging aspects often consist of mixed elements, like a challenging aspect between the earth and the fire elements, or earth and water elements. And they can be quite a difficult lesson to which our soul is chosen to overcome. The same when the soul is when the same aspects, like a harmonious aspect between fire and fire, and if a soul has too many of those too, you find that they don't really have many challenges in life. But a lot of souls, especially souls that have been incarnated at this time, have chosen very difficult aspects to work through, and that in itself brings lots and lots of growth. I was just thinking, to give you an example, in life, when we're young, especially, and impressionable, and our focus is to make lots of money, for instance, we may be drawn into a way of making lots of money through the drug trade, or that is just one example where we get drawn by the illusion of something great, and then we get sucked into a very negative situation. But through those situations, our soul grows by trying to learn lessons, and you can see the dark angels of light actually drawing you in to this illusion of happiness and lots of money to be made. So they really play on our material mind. And then we get into a situation, we ignore our inner promptings of be careful, which is usually from our guides, or from our guide. And we go deep into this sludgy mess, and then we find, hey, it hasn't really made us all that happy. So we decide we need to get out, and we find it's not that easy to get out of the situation. But through doing that, we have to learn some difficult lessons, and so we grow through those challenges. We manage to get ourselves out of the drug trade, or out of a bad marriage, or out of a very negative situation. But this can take years in order to learn those lessons. Sometimes those lessons are so difficult that and we get so manipulated in the situation that we are in by a manipulating husband, or by the boss if it's a drug trade, or even if we're in a bad working situation, we are held there by somebody that has power over us because we've given them that power. So we need to, in order to learn through those lessons, we need to stand up for ourselves, which is also not easy, because maybe we could be faced death. Our families could be threatened. So all in told, it's very difficult to get out of that. But the angels of light are continually working. So we have the one side giving us the bad lessons that we have to work through, and through those lessons we grow closer to the Christ light. I'll just finish this. It's just a short video, but I'll finish it with the chapter, the same spiritual unfoldments 2, page 44. The question that maybe arises in your mind: can the angels of darkness, these angelic forces, perhaps not yet fully aware of the light and the power of the wisdom of the Most High, triumphant over the angels of light, and thus cause destruction of humanity? Our answer is no. No. The dark angels can go so far and no further, because then they are caught up in a cosmic law which renders them powerless. God does not allow the universe to slip out of her hands. Nothing can happen outside the will of God. For the soul on earth, two paths open, and it may choose which one it takes. On the one hand, it can work in harmony with the cosmic law. The soul, which has attained the vision of the heavenly mysteries, always works in harmony with the cosmic law, with the law of love. On the other hand, the soul, which is still in a state of darkness, works, albeit unconsciously, against the cosmic law. Consequently, it surrounds itself through incarnation after incarnation with suffering. But as soon as the soul learns to work and to live in harmony with divine law, and to give itself confidently to God, then it attains happiness. The angels of light work with that soul, and the soul with them. And together, human and angels are able to assist in the unfolding of God consciousness in the rest of humanity. Remember, then, that as well as the invisible presences of invisible beings, there's also that within every one which is both positive and negative, white and black. What must be remembered is that the humankind holds within its heart that balance. It is of vital importance that this balance between positive and negative is kept. Negative thought can weigh the balance down too much on the dark side. Positive, good thoughts are needed to maintain the balance, as it should rightly be held in your world. The invisible beings drawn to the humankind to help forward human evolution take their keynote from humanity. Equilibrium is the law. We would hold before you a vision of Archangel Michael standing in all his sun glory, armed with shining sword of light. Why do we say sun glory? Because the Archangel Michael is one of the sun spirits, a messenger from the sun, from the sphere of the cosmic Christ, and the sword which he wields is that of spiritual truth, which Christ indeed places in the hand of every one that follows the Christ. It is the sword of truth of the Spirit, or the Son daughter of God, dwelling in every human breast. This is a weapon which will guard each one through every crisis of human life, enabling him or her to overcome and put aside every obstacle and every enemy. The Archangel Michael is he who leads the hosts, the forces of light. At the start of this new age of brotherhood, the new age of Aquarius, with its vast potential for destruction as well as progress. It is necessary for all who understand the power of thought, the power of light, to call upon the angels of light and give their allegiance to the Archangel Michael and all his angels, so the white light may maintain the equilibrium and bring humankind into the golden age which is waiting to manifest on earth. I just think that's such a wonderful encouragement to us all. So have an awesome day, everybody, and God bless.